Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am here with the beautiful Punya.
Hi!
And we are going to talk about pros and cons of a nomadic lifestyle. I think this is a really good topic to talk with you about because she has recently been traveling for a while. Why don't you tell them about that?
Yeah, I've been basically nomadic for the past 4 months. Just kind of wild to think about how fast it's gone. And in that time, I've just been living out of backpacks. So I haven't even owned a tent. So it's been definitely an interesting experience. You want me to go like full on into it?
Well, would you say that you have grown a lot during that experience?
Yeah. So I would say that it was actually very interesting. So I've been couch surfing a lot since I've been doing this, except for when I got back into California. I've been staying with friends since being back here. But I was on couch surfing a couple days ago, and I was reading my profile that I had set up back in June. And even my profile was like completely different. So it was really like kind of a big revelation for me to see who I was, even in the words that I expressed at that time, to who I am now within those 4 months. I definitely have grown dramatically since the experience. There's something really powerful about living in a more simplistic means of life, and very testing. There's a lot of testing that goes into it with the self, and really kind of what are your needs, what are your desires, like all of these things that you are faced with every single day that may not be super accessed. So like, for example, Wi-Fi. Like and I don't have a vehicle, so not having a car and being able to travel somewhere where I may need access to Wi-Fi is really complicated, because I am also a digital nomad. So I do a lot of work with my clients virtually, and so if I can't get in touch with my clients, it's like something that simple that can really kind of spin out a whole day.
Would you recommend a nomadic lifestyle to anyone?
I would absolutely recommend it. I think that if you're having some sort of intuitive call guiding you to want to take that route into your life, there's a reason for it. Whether that is you are just needing some tools to kind of gain, or some insight into the direction that you want to take for your life. For me personally, I absolutely have grown immensely through the process, and even in ways that I didn't think possible that this would do for me. So I recommend it 100% if you're thinking about it. It's absolutely beautiful, just kind of allowing yourself to decide where you want to be every single day, and it's quite beautiful to see where the flow takes you.
Yes, I was just gonna say that, just like going with the flow.
Yeah.
And I don't know too much about a nomadic lifestyle. I've never been completely on the road. I've always had kind of a home base. I've traveled for a while and come back, but I've never been completely on the road. But I do want to do that and experience that, because I think there is a lot of growth that happens, and it's definitely something I want to do.
Yeah.
And I see how much she has changed, and it's like, wow, I want that experience.
It's wild what you go through. And the biggest thing I want to say about the flow is, like, the flow is so real. Like, there's something really powerful about the nomadic lifestyle, especially when you don't even have a vehicle, of how much you are really needing to surrender to the flow, because otherwise you get so caught up in the headspace, and like the ego like takes you, it just will spin you out into all of these directions, and it creates more confusion and chaos. So really surrendering into the flow, but also, and I think I've spoken to you about this, also having some sort of aspect of responsibility still to what it is that you're trying to call into your life, and the work that you're doing on a daily basis. So there is definitely a lot of pros and cons to the experience, but one thing I will say for certain is it is one of the grandest ways that you can like grow further into your evolution path.
Yeah, I definitely think there are more pros than cons, for sure.
Yeah.
Any tips you have for people that are thinking about having that lifestyle, having a nomadic lifestyle?
Yeah, I think that you really want to understand what brings you balance in your life. When I first began the nomadic experience, I got away from my meditation routine. So I was meditating 1 hour to 2 hours a day as a Kriya yogi, and as I started to go on my travels, like, it's just pretty much impossible because you're putting that time into seeing different things, or you're not able to get that quiet time because you're staying on someone's couch or whatever. So it's important that you continue to nourish yourself with the tools and the things that really aid you, because that's how you're going to stay in alignment. That's how you're going to allow the flow to be moving through your body as well.
I love that.
So that's really important. And you know, so for me it was like very much so about like nourishment, like actual foods, like, you know, like making sure you're still taking care of yourself and eating the things that are giving you optimal energy and keeping you focused. And then the meditation, I realized I really needed to get back in alignment with that. One thing that was really beautiful that happened for me on the trip, the experience so far, instead of having to take time to go into more of that quiet place with meditation, I've also really learned how to bring the meditation into every minute of every day, which has been a beautiful progression, and ultimate like transformation with my meditation routine, because, you know, it's not always, that's one thing I realize now, it's not always easy to put aside that time to do those things. So it's like, how can you then still incorporate that medicine in your life, but in maybe a different lens of looking at it.
Totally.
So.
I can definitely see if you're staying on someone's couch or an Airbnb where you're staying with someone, it can be hard to say, okay, I'm going to meditate now, I'm going to shut you out, tune you out, and do my thing. So if you are on the road, if you are staying in Airbnbs, couch surfing, I think you should go find a park, go find somewhere public and quiet where you can really get that peace and still give yourself that beautiful meditation that you need.
So important. And yeah, so that's definitely a tip. And then also just remain open. Like, remain open to every possibility that can come your way.
Anything is possible.
Anything is literally possible. Like, and that's the thing, like, the more open that I remained, like, the more just such incredible beings were coming into my life, and just so many teachers, and there's such this beautiful give and receive that you're giving each other through the experience. So there's a lot of other nomads that you will meet, especially when I went up to Nevada City and Grass Valley, I met so many nomads. So that was really amazing to be able to get, like, see how they've been doing it and how long they've been doing it, and like what they do to like earn money if they need to, or just all different tips that way, like through the experience of being present, fully present in everday life. So
yes. Okay, so is there any last things that you want to say?
I think that if this is something that you're really feeling into and wanting for your life, again, do it, you know, and be at a place where you can, you know, I think it's so personal to each being. So for me, like, I had, you know, some financial money put aside to be able to do this right away, so I didn't have to worry about those stressors. But there are some people that just get rid of everything and have nothing in their pocket and they go and do it. And I think you have to really be honest with yourself with where you're at. And I'll tell you through the experience, like, I got rid of my car back in June, and now I'm like, okay, I'm ready to have a car again, because like I know that's something that I need. Like, it's a necessity for me. And I think that you need to also be honest with yourself and not compare yourself to anybody else with the things that you do need, because it's really easy in the nomadic lifestyle to meet a lot of the spiritual community that is very much so, I don't need anything, like, you know, and it's true, like, we don't, but at the same time you're having a human experience. And I think it's important that you are conscious of what's going to aid you into a better means of living fully through the experiences. So
beautifully said. Yes, honor your needs, absolutely. Put yourself first. Even if you're on the road, you still have to make yourself #1 priority and take care of you, because if you don't, you can't get anything else done.
Yeah, so important. Really important.
So we hope this video helped you guys. Give it a like, comment, share, subscribe. We love you.
Yeah, and if you have any questions, like, feel free to comment on there, and I'd be happy to answer anything, like, very specific. So thank you so much for tuning in. Blessings. Bye.